Okay,
Birthdays, 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 birthdays. When you hear birthdays,
what do I remember?
yeah.
There are a lot of things when it comes to birthdays. You know how the
Nope.
scenario
Mm,
of back then birthdays were when
okay.
when you live in a certain area and you start hearing songs from somewhere else.
Hmm.
Loudspeakers, and something is going on
Okay, first you just immediately get in tune with the fact that there's a party somewhere.
happening somewhere.
Party is going down in the neighborhood.
Okay.
And so whatever it is that you're doing, you need to wrap up before that evening. There's a time, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's usually in the evening and
probably
usually in the
from
weekend.
4 o'clock maybe.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Ah, man, what do you remember about your
Hey
birthdays?
man, there was a lot I
Did you celebrate
remembered. I
birthdays?
didn't celebrate any apart from some pictures I saw of my mom telling me that it was my first birthday. And I didn't see anybody in the picture apart from adults drinking beer. I wasn't even in the picture, but they said that was my first birthday. I don't know
Well,
how that counts as a birthday party.
well, to be fair, you were there.
I
You were,
See,
but you know that. Did you not say?
as far as I'm concerned, that could be counted as naming ceremony or dedication. But I don't think it was even a birthday. But well, the first birthday I experienced was my younger sister's birthday
Okay.
when she was a year old. We were celebrating her birthday, and you know how it is playing music, and everybody starts coming from everywhere, all your friends. I didn't even know we were celebrating her birthday because I was small.
Mm.
Till I started seeing people coming in. I was like, okay, we're having something in the house. Our neighbor did the cake. Very nice big cake with her name on it, and and the icings were like balls, gold balls. When you lick them, they're very sweet. Those are the kind of icing that they had on the cake. And when people started coming in, they were cooking in our biggest pot in the house. I was like, yes. Today, and the rice was quite different. And when they started sharing, it was me and one guy. We shared one plate. His name is Audu. One
Why
plate
did
of
they share the
rice.
plate with you? Why did you have to share the plate with?
I don't know. All I know is everybody was 2 to 1 plate.
Oh, okay.
And then everybody was 2 to 1 bottle of Coke. Now, it wasn't 35 cl. Back then, it was 29 cl. Because I remember 35 cl replaced 29 cl in the year 1992. And this birthday was 91 or 90. So we shared a bottle of Coke
Yeah.
and a plate of rice. I don't even remember if there was dance, or gift. All I know is that that was the only thing I remember about birthdays. Mm. But there were some other birthdays that you attend, and you get to see things like uh, people dancing for gifts.
Yeah.
They give people gifts, just small gifts for birthdays and everything. And then there'll be this round chair, this dancing
Dancing
chair.
around the chair.
That's the
Dance around
only
the
that's
chair.
the only game I know back then growing up during birthdays.
Okay. I agree with you. That's one of the most common birthday
Games
games.
that was played that
Then
time.
you had dance competition.
Aha, just those two I
Dance
remember.
competition, and then it's usually one frustrating thing, which was frustrating for me as a kid,
Uh-huh.
was that girls kept winning.
Ah,
Why?
hey man, my side, the boys were very rough, so they push all the girls to the ground and get the table, get the chair.
And
Nobody cared.
the adults will still give the prize to you, the
Of course,
boys.
now he's the strongest person now, strongest man in the forest wins. So whoever is there that can't fight is on his own. Hmm?
Anyways, I think that away from that, it was a few things that made it stand out back
Okay,
in the day,
okay.
like the setting of the table,
Aha.
the photograph sessions.
Yes.
We can go ahead and talk about the games and the dresses
Uh-huh.
and all and all and all.
Let's start with the setting of the table.
There has to be a tablecloth, a table
Aha.
cover.
And it has to be those covers that has those holes in there. I don't know if you know the name of
Why
those
was
covers.
it? Was that the only?
That was the only cover that was existing in that period.
Yes.
Those whole covers. Sometimes it came in white. My
Usually,
sister's one was in green color.
yes.
So it was
Usually white.
mm-hmm.
Then they have the cake centralized on the table.
Aha.
Then there'll be bottles of Fanta, Coke,
Candy Gorana.
Tandigor.
Yeah, those are
Yes.
the drinks that were available at that time.
Maybe Mirinda.
Mirinda, aha, maybe
Yeah.
Mirinda. Mirinda too was popular. 7 Up too was
And
popular at that
then,
time.
depending on the family, you could have a bottle of wine.
Bottle of wine. I
Now,
don't remember our side, even the people drinking wine. Not to talk of having a bottle of wine on the table.
hallelujah.
Now, there's also sweet chewing gum and biscuit in a tray by the side. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Sweet. Yes,
Chewing gum
yes,
and
yes,
biscuit at the
yes,
side of the cake.
yes,
And
yes.
then I don't know, but like I said, sometimes when you go to birthday parties, they welcome you with this sweets and biscuits first. Eh? That's if you go to a big man's birthday, they welcome you with that first before you start to get any other
Yeah.
food that
Like
comes in.
the appetizer.
I had the
I think
appetizer.
that they see we have like you could have also chin chin, granuts
I know of
that
granite. I
could
don't
go
know of
around.
chin chin though.
Yes, chin chin. They have chin chin. They have puff puff.
Ah, during
Oh
our time,
boy.
there was something like chin chin and puff puff. It was only granite, biscuit, sweet. If you didn't have Coke, kunu would would stand in for Coke. I don't know if you drank kunu
Kunu for
because
birthday
we
party.
drank kunu.
For birthday. No way.
Hey man, I grew up in a northern house. So many
Okay.
northern house we went for it was quite cheaper than Coke back then.
Oh,
So all
okay.
I do is just to provide it and there's enough sugar inside. So you
Fair.
see children drinking it.
Fair.
So those were the things that we really drank or
Mm.
ate when we went to birthday parties.
Yeah.
Depends on the kind of birthday you went for. I remember back then we went for a birthday in '94. It was one of my father's Admiral said his daughter was doing her birthday and the fact that she performed very well in school. So he threw a very big party. That's the biggest birthday I've ever attended. Now, that was one of the birthdays I saw they were giving gifts. So
Yeah,
people who danced, people who answered
I was going
questions.
to come to that. Yeah.
And then one of the boy won one gift sitting close to me. And then when he came to sit down, and then they were opening the pack to see what was inside, it was a soap bar of imperial leather. Now I saw it, I started laughing. And they were looking at imperial leather because I was expecting like biscuits or sweet or maybe a toy. Because
Yeah.
if you know what a Royal Admiral is in Navy, you know there's a very big rank. That's like presidential rank. But to give children imperial leather, I was like,
Well,
these people, they don't try. What's going on here? But that was one of the things that were fun about those birthdays. Talking about the outfits that people wore.
yeah.
You wore according to what you had. Not everybody was wearing what was trending because anything you wore was trending that time.
No, I also believe that there was a level of there was a sense of contentment at the
With
time
families
in
that time.
most homes and
Yes,
families.
yeah.
So regardless of how economically put together your household was,
Uh-huh.
whatever it is you were able to wear out was good enough as
Yes.
long as your kid wasn't naked.
Yes.
You
Another thing,
understand? Yeah.
you also wore those accessories that came with it. The glasses,
Oh, the
different
double
colors.
glasses,
Yes.
plastic with
Uh-huh.
they come in
Uh,
different colors, but
yes.
yeah.
And then the watches that shows 11 o'clock and 2 o'clock. I mean, Tony Allen, show
So that
11
they
o'clock.
don't change.
2 o'clock. Those are the things you wore. And you
Yeah.
went, with your socks and everything. And it's quite
Man.
nice. When you go, you see parents, you see everybody there. I observe that nowadays what they do is after the children hold their birthday, the parents have their birthday, their own
Yes.
celebration somewhere else. Our time wasn't like that too.
Or maybe we were too young to notice or observe it.
Probably. But
Yeah, I'm
when we
going to
did
say that because growing up, there was a particular party that was held in our compound,
okay.
my mom,
Uh-huh.
and then after the main one, you still had like there's a session where the other adults, the men, most
Yes,
especially, they'll just go to one corner
just
and
chill, enjoy themselves and do that.
so
But,
yeah, while we're having
like
our day.
the one I experienced my younger sister's birthday, there was nothing like that. I don't even think many parents came to the birthday. It was just for children and then everything else. But well, that was everything we did just to enjoy how the birthday parties were. Eh? You made sure that you participated in dance competition. Did you win any?
Man, yeah, I did.
Really?
I would say I was a badass dancer. Me,
Yeah.
money to now, I was with Michael Jackson, everything. And I think there's something we also did not mention.
Okay.
One of the has to be one of the most sought after items to be on that table, and
What
that is cabin biscuits. Cabin biscuits had to be on that table. I don't know about well,
Hey man, that was the only
uh-huh.
biscuit that you could have a lot.
Yes.
When you buy those small biscuits, sometimes you might get just a few. But cabin biscuits, you get them in rows. So when you put them on plates, sometimes they will arrange them. You put the sweet and chewing gum in the middle, then they will put the cabin biscuit around
Yes.
it like this. And that's how it was, just to make sure that the table was well decorated
Yeah.
and to make it very fine. Now, there were some birthdays that we went to, and they used some things as cake. People who could not afford cake.
I'm waiting for you.
There was a birthday I went to, and after we got there, we're happy. Everybody eats, drink, and it was time to cut the cake. And when they brought the cake out, I saw it was a tray of rice with meat. I was like, "What's going on here?" They said, "This is the cake." That was the very first time I experienced the rice cake. I don't know if you've seen the rice cake before. You've not. It's a big tray. They'll pour all the rice inside. If it's
Like
jollof, if it's white, if
normal.
it's everything, you'll fill it up. And then sometimes they'll put the meat in the middle, or they'll just use the meat to surround the tray inside the
Oh,
rice. And then the celebrant will be there. You hold the knife on the rice, and then you cut it. And then you
wow.
snap pictures, and everybody will go. I remember in that very birthday, I was asking, "What about the cake?" And I was chased home because
Must have sounded really insensitive.
yeah, because I was like, I know birthdays must come with cake. So why is this one rice? As in, I was thinking, okay, maybe they have the cake inside. They didn't want anything to do. And I got to find out that it was a common thing back then. Because if you got to see many celebrities posting pictures, Funke Akindele posted a picture,
Mhm.
or was he one of these celebrities? They had rice as cake.
Really?
Yeah, so many people did it back then that couldn't afford cake because baking was not something that a lot of people could do back then.
Yeah.
So you only got people, okay, since I can't get any, let's use cake for it. It's because this generation now, probably many people can do cake. Many people are making money out of it. So there's a lot, you can get small cakes and everything. I don't know if the pan of cake was maybe big sizes that time. So they couldn't afford it. So many people were using rice for cake.
Yeah.
There was one I saw with the rice and then they even put flowers on top of it to make it look colorful and
Okay.
everything.
Away from this rice, what
Mhm.
would you consider or think different from what birthdays used to be back in the against what we have now, apart from the rice?
The
The mode of
difference,
celebration.
the mode of celebration, fine, with the time has come with the trends and things have really stepped up now.
Mm.
I wouldn't say the economy was better than back then, but right now you could see certain birthdays, even when you go to do folks that couldn't afford enough,
Mm.
they could afford cakes for everybody, and everybody was probably well taken care of when they come to the birthdays nowadays. But back then, like you said, it wasn't about what we could afford as a community, what your parents could afford. That's what they gave you to wear and everything, and you got everything was happy. But if you observe nowadays, there is a particular trend that takes place nowadays birthdays.
Mm.
Some parents just want to make their children feel better than other people. They tend to wear certain clothes that are looking better than other people. Some even try to, stereotype other
Like
children.
they go
Don't,
overboard.
yeah, go overboard in doing things like that. No, no, don't associate with them. Sit down with me all the time. But meanwhile, back then, when you come to bed, hey man, we're all friends. We're all playing together. We didn't care if this one had a lot of money or this didn't have. But now you tend to see that segregation between parents. No, 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 no. Keep this one aside. It's really messed up. I don't really know where it went wrong, but I don't know. It's something that parents should really change because we all loved ourselves back then, man, and we didn't care what you wore, what you had.
I,
We
w-
just enjoyed
I would
ourselves.
say that one of the significant things is if you're having birthdays now, I know probably because of security reasons and some other maybe health as
Yeah,
well. You have to be properly invited.
that's another thing.
Back in the day,
Yeah,
as long as the party is done within your maybe on your street and stuff
yeah.
like that,
Everybody was
bro,
invited.
everybody was see it was a party for everybody.
Yes.
You just need to see them carry the speakers into the street,
Mm-hmm.
and then the next thing you hear that popular song.
But
Oh yeah,
that is a
I
song for
wanna
birthday
wish
back
you
then.
happy birthday. Oh yeah,
Very,
and
very,
many
very
many
happy
happy.
returns.
Bro, once we hear that song in the area,
Look,
we're going to get dressed up. There is a party to
every now
attend.
Goli,
You
wherever
know?
you are, you're a genius. Yeah,
Yes,
you kind of shaped our childhood when it came to
most
birthday parties,
definitely.
and even till now,
Oh,
people still play it, even though some of the children don't understand. But if you hadn't played that song in a birthday party, It wasn't a birthday party.
I don't know which song you want to play, or if you at least if you had a special number, that has to be on repeat at some point.
Yeah.
Even the older folks,
Yeah.
bro, they were dancing to that song.
That was the only birthday party song I remember back then.
Yes.
Fine, they're trying to introduce some other ones, but no, we don't care about those
That
foreign
was
ones.
that
We
was the
liked
song.
that one because that was the one that made, and it always played when it was time for cake,
Yeah.
time to cut the cake.
Yes.
And then they will gather around and everybody will be playing it. And then we'll start singing the happy birthday
Happy
song.
birthday song.
Happy birthday. That song is old, man.
And that's a lot of memories.
It's old.
I believe that we cannot exhaust all of the memories
cannot,
we
too.
have on birthdays. If we stay here and talk, I'm sure we'll continue.
Forever.
But we want to, I'm sure that this has ignited some memory in your head. If you have them, please drop them in the comment section. And maybe Bango is still going to do a whole lot more.
Yeah.
That we're going to talk about. We've talked about the song, table setting, cake, dresses, games.
Dancing competition.
Dance
Which Rena said he wants some. Me?
proudly.
Nothing.
So the only problem I have with the dance competition is that some girls will always come and show themselves.
How many
And then-
dance steps did you have that time?
I see. I told you I was following Michael Jackson. I used to put him on call like when I'm going. I'll be like, I have.
Hey man, look, I had one dance step
Yeah.
and I didn't win anything. The running man. I tried my possible best, but whenever people came with their different step, I was always, no, you go outside. Is it the winner? No. Okay. Sit down in shame.
Yeah. There was that crowd judging. They'll be like, is it the winner? Yes. Is it the winner? No, man.
You just gotta sit down in shame. I lost.
And that actually that gives you, like, for those birthday parties where everybody gets a backpack,
Yeah.
you know, you get an extra for winning.
For winning, yes, you got an extra gift for that.
Our brother, I carried them go out, so
Well, you know, wow. I think
so.
so no understand children
And
birthday
then do
now.
another birthday. Do your own birthday part. When is your own self? Make we reenact some of this.
Some of these things, yeah,
Yes.
that would be good though. But the way he's saying now, I won't even win the dancing competition in that
No,
one.
I won't let you. All right.
All right. So you guys should just go into the comment section, tell us your own story, what you know about birthdays growing up. The handle is on the screen right now. It's on Memoree Lane on every platform. On YouTube, it's Memoree Lane React. Just go on down there. Tell us what you think and what you know about birthdays growing up as a child. You know,
Back
give
in
us
the
your
day.
experience,
Yeah.
your friends, and everybody. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this topic because I know it's really something fascinating. So thank you very much, Rena.
Now, good day. Thank you
Yeah.
very much, my brother.
Peace.